Hey everybody, we are live, and I am excited beyond measure to present my new friend Tara Bernstein, who actually has a relationship with one of my, well, more acquaintances than no guy's a friend. I interviewed him last year, so welcome to Zennie 62 on YouTube. How are you?
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm doing great. I'm here in New Orleans and the weather's amazing and it's good people, good vibes all around.
Wait. So I'm going to take things a little bit out of order. You going to the game?
Yeah, yeah.
Woohoo!
I love football, big football gal.
First Super Bowl?
No, this is the third Super Bowl.
Wow.
Yes.
When was your first one?
Chiefs and Eagles.
Oh, Chiefs. Okay, so you're coming back for the rematch.
Oh yeah, coming back for the rematch.
Uh-oh. So let me guess, you're picking the Eagles.
I am not going with Philly. However, both teams are incredible teams, but I'm gonna probably go with Mahomes on this one.
Yeah, I think the Chiefs will three-peat. Randy Reed's just a fantastic coach. Just no
Yeah.
question about it.
Solid team, super solid team.
And so, while during the week you've been promoting yourself in pickleball. So,
Yes.
tell us first of all, how did you discover pickleball?
I discovered pickleball through my dad. He was playing with his buddies. I've been an athlete my entire life, and I was missing competing in a sport. So when my dad invited me to come and play with his buddies, I realized how fun and how inclusive the game was, and that you could be playing at any level from a 3-0 level all the way to a 5-0 level, all the way to a pro level, and it really gave that freedom to kind of be an athlete again and to compete and to have a great time on the court.
And so, for those who are not familiar with pickleball, how would you describe it?
I would say it's like tennis and ping pong with like a wiffle ball with the holes in it. It's a smaller court than a tennis court,
Mm.
and you're using a paddle. So, yeah.
Is it because of that? Is it harder to find a place to play pickleball? In others, if I want to learn, right, how do I go about it?
If you want to learn nowadays, there are a ton of pickleball courts. They're transforming a lot of tennis courts. They're adding pickleball courts to tennis facilities. So you definitely could just, search on a Google search on your apps or location and just put in nearest pickleball courts. And I'm sure you'll find some. I mean, I found some. I was in Mexico and it was a small town in Manzanillo, and I found courts literally, down the block, and it was at a local school. And what's cool about pickleball is that you can make a court, even if it's not an official court, you can tape the lines, and you just need a net. So you can bring like a portable net. So it doesn't need to be like directly in the ground. You can bring pickleball anywhere.
Wow. So you're a professional pickleball player, which means you play this for money.
So
But
I on the professional side, I actually do the events, content creation side, and the digital side. I play at a high level, but for me, my role in pickleball is growing the sport into many different niches and putting on the celebrity events, putting on the different, interviewing the different players and getting their voices out there and spreading my passion for the game.
so you're more of a brand ambassador of sorts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Yep.
so okay, so that being said, why is it and what was the spark that turned pickleball into this thing I always hear about? It's like pickleball. Or if I turn to the tennis channel, it's pickleball. And then some people complain on Twitter, it's like, hey, I want to see tennis and not pickleball. But others are like, oh, I love pickleball,
Yeah.
right?
I think
What
that's a
sparked
great
all that?
The spark on it is that it's the accessibility of the sport. It can reach like, I could play with a younger sibling, I can play with a grandparent, I can play with people my age. So it's limitless, and you can, play whether it's a social gathering event, you could play serious. So I think, just being able to step out on the court and have a great time. When you're playing pickleball, it's such an inclusive sport where it doesn't matter what background you're from, who you are. People just genuinely love to just have fun and play this game. And there's just something about it that once you get on the court, nothing else matters. You get super locked in and competitive.
Hey, so I'm at heart an Oaklander. This is a different question, but I've always thought Oakland is in the middle of needing transformation, and we've lost our major sports teams. We're trying to rebuild, and fits and starts. It's more like kind of watching a Model T startup. But I mean, like, did I say that? Yeah, I did say that. I meant that. And so, ouch. But it's true. But I always watch, tennis tournaments. Like there's the Australian Open. What about if I wanted to go about starting, say, the Oakland Open? How would I do that? Because I'm thinking, okay, I need to gather up an inventory of the best place to play pickleball, which would be the Oakland Arena, right? And where do I go from there? How would I do that? Is there an organization that can help me out?
Yeah, I'm not really too sure how you'd go about it. I know they just built a stadium in Florida, the first pickleball stadium, the Fort, and it's with the APP, which is one of the leagues in pickleball. But I'm not sure how you would go about it. But definitely, what's another cool thing about pickleball is that you could host events and tournaments kind of wherever. And there's different websites that you could, attach it to, and it becomes like an official pickleball tournament or an event, and you can put it on your socials and stuff and get good groups of people depending what levels, if it's a social gathering, if it's a charity event. So there's so many different ways to like gather groups of people and like play in official places.
See, I'm thinking like major stars of pickleball, and I don't know who they are. Well, so I would have to start with by inviting you and making you our chairman of our effort, right?
Yep.
And have our great parade going down Broadway, and then have another one going down Al Davis Way and toward into the arena and all that. But who are the major stars of pickleball that I should be paying to come to this grand event that I have in my mind?
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a lot of amazing stars in pickleball. Just from the top of my head, two of my good friends, Paris and Hunter Johnson and Yates Johnson, they're twins. Paris is incredible. She's with Franklin Sports. We're both with Franklin Sports. The top is like, an Annalee Waters, who's a young, amazing player in pickleball. You have, the Johns family. You have Anna Bright. I mean, there's a ton of really top-notch pickleball players, and they all have their, different niches in the sport. So those are just a few names.
Wow. And so, how many people attend pickleball events? I'm trying to get an idea of where pickleball is now, and then where it's going to grow, so I can go and say to the mayor, well, right now we have an interim mayor, but we expect Barbara Lee to be our next mayor. Hey, we have to do a pickleball tournament. It would be great national exposure for Oakland because pickleball is growing by blank. What do I tell them, the next mayor of Oakland and the current interim mayor?
Well, I would just say, pickleball is such a fun, inclusive sport, and it allows everyone to get involved, and really, it caters to all demographics, which is so important, the inclusivity. And just like now, I'm here working at Super Bowl because of pickleball. And it's changed my life in a lot of different ways. I was originally in sports broadcasting, and now being able to pursue a content creation career in pickleball, it just gives a lot of different avenues to partner with different brands, because all eyes are on this sport. And like I said, it allows the demographic, it hits a lot of different demographics. So brands want to get involved with it because, they want to be able to have all those different people and those different target audiences. And, being out here at Super Bowl and teaching the players pickleball, teaching different, artists and influencers, it's definitely something that is really impactful and something that everyone can do. And, you can have a fan that is a diehard fan for a sport and get to play with their favorite athlete and compete at the same level, or if not, maybe even better.
Wow. So, also, I've noticed that in playing pickleball, uh, it's male female. In other words, on the same team. It's not like men versus men and women versus women.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Yeah. How was that deliberate? How did that come about? Because you always expect that. Well, it's going to be the men's side, right? Right. I mean, it's great that it's that way. Is it,
Yeah.
or maybe it was a married couple? Someone's married couple was involved and said, "No, this is a way to bring us together." And make us stay together for like another 10 years or something? Which
I
isn't.
mean, hey, it all depends how serious you want to take this sport. The sport is in different ways. At the higher level, there's mixed doubles, and it is more male dominated, the court. But the women on all the doubles and like playing with their friends and family and stuff. It's something where you can kind of play as hard as you want, and like the girls are really really great. I mean, they take over, and it's such a this sport brings like the 50-50 to it in so many different ways, which is so amazing. And
I like that 50-50.
Yeah, it's so amazing. And I think, with the couples and stuff, there's some really serious, like my parents, like they're in pickleball leagues. They get extremely serious on the courts. And there's some times where, they bicker at each other, but at the end of the day, it's something that they are able to do together. It bonds them. It keeps them healthy. It keeps them, their mindset stimulated, which is so important when you work a long day and being able to go on the court. So I just think the overall positivity of the sport, the inclusivity of the sport, and the roles of men and female being able to succeed at the highest level and get, all the endorsements and appreciation from fans and respect, because you can achieve anything in this sport. It's limitless, and I'm really excited for the future.
Now you're down there in New Orleans, and I would imagine buzzing around the media center every place. But curious, have you been able to engage any NFL greats to, try pickleball and convert them and maybe become pickleball stars in the near future?
Yeah, so I'm actually going to an event today with Damar Hamlin, and then an American Heart Association event, and then I will be hosting at the Franklin Pickleball Experience, at the NFL Experience, and I will be playing with Drake May, and along with
Drake May, yeah, from
yeah,
Patriots.
yes,
Yeah,
and
I interviewed him.
I love that.
Yeah, at the NFL draft in Detroit. Yeah,
That's so cool. Yeah, definitely. I'm really excited to see their skills on the court and ask them a couple of questions as well. But yeah, there's a whole lineup stacked for this weekend, and I'm really curious to see everyone's skill level.
Hey, ask Drake May. Say you met Zennie Abraham, who interviewed you at the NFL draft. He wants to know, how do you like Coach Vrabel? That's an easy question, right? So you have to sweat about that one. It's a softball for him. He should say something really great.
I love it.
Hey, how much time do we have, by the way? Just want to. I have a couple of other questions, but I
think I have time for one more question, and then I have to head out to the event.
Oh, okay. So tell us, if we want to find you at the event, we're watching this. How do we find you at the event?
Yes. So, sorry,
they're coming for us.
I'm in the city. You never know what you can expect. So if
I'll protect you. Don't worry.
I love it. Okay. So if anyone wants to follow my journey in pickleball and lifestyle content creation, you guys can follow me at taralyn.nyc on all my platforms, and Tara Bernstein on YouTube.
Hey, I will subscribe. Tara Bernstein on YouTube.
Yes. My first YouTube vlog of Super Bowl weekend will be coming out after this weekend. So after this week. So I'm super excited.
And I'll like it, because when I like it, it goes onto our different website platforms, and including our newest one, NFL News by Zennie62.com, which is where this is right now. So
I love
Tara, hey, don't be a stranger. Come on back.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for having me, Zennie.
You got it. And
Great talking with you. And go play some pickleball.
Oh, you got it. And I will in the stream for you. You don't have to move a muscle. Hey, everybody. Thanks for watching. And we'll see you later today. And that ends this broadcast stream. So there you go.